What's up, ladies, gentlemen, and special snowflakes of the internet? My name is Dan. Now, this week I wanted to talk about something that, yes, it's been done. It's been done to death because Andy Worski did it, Jeff Holiday did it, and Wizard of Cause talked about it. The Portland burrito truck. Now, I decided to bring it up for a few reasons because, well, I like to talk about culture. That's what I do on this channel. But I really wanted to bring it up because, as a person who grows up in an area that's has a lot more Latinos than Canada or New Hampshire or Oregon, I was actually able to ask Hispanics, mainly Mexicans, about what they thought about this thing. Now, for those you don't know, a pair of entrepreneurial, enterprising women decided to go down to Mexico and learn how to make tortillas. Now, apparently, when they were making learning how to make tortillas, the abuelitas, who they were learning it from, didn't want to tell them the whole thing. Now, this led to some people, including the Portland Mercury, a food claiming they were stealing recipes and colonizing the food. Now, I don't know if you know this, because maybe your grandma didn't cook Thanksgiving or, cook for Christmas, but every grandma has their recipe for something. My grandma was gravy. I swear you not, my little 5 foot nothing Scottish grandma had a special recipe for gravy. It was, and she passed it on to her daughter, my great aunt, and it stays in the family. Families, when you get that perfect means of making something, you tend to keep it because for some reason it's traits. The sad part is then that if once you die or if you don't pass it on, it disappears. But I actually went and asked because I wanted to figure out what Mexicans said they thought about this. Now I wasn't able to recording this, and I know this people say, "Oh, you're using a small sample size." True, but I did ask people in general who, all the way from people who immigrated here to maybe a few generations in, and the general response was like, "Well, was the food any good?" And who cares? Most of them didn't seem to care. All they cared was, yes, was the food good? That's the thing is, what people seem to misunderstand is when you come to this country, you kind of import your bit of your culture into this, melting pot that is the Americas. And the great irony with social justice is they want to basically isolate these cultures, keep them, we're going to keep them in their pure state. In some ways, they're almost like reverse purity. But back in the day, you could say, oh, if you're like part black or part Latino, you were inferior. But somehow they've done it in reverse. You got any white in there, and it's instantly bad, which is stupid, in my opinion. I think that personally believe in the melding of all cultures into one kind of super American culture that's an alloy of everything that's the best. I mean, I've always realized that, for instance, one thing is that the one thing that is universal and that tends to translate best when coming over from another culture are music, art, and food. Music not necessarily as well. I mean, if it's instrumental or orchestral, perfectly easy. I mean, we listen to freaking Mozart and Beethoven, Bach, Wagner, and those guys are from like, you know, Germany. Seriously, these guys are all from like Germany. I don't speak a lick of German. I can still enjoy Handel's Fugue, Beethoven's Symphony Number 9, all that stuff. Why? Because it's art. We all experience art, and food is another again one of those universals. Everyone eats. Everyone is interested in maybe in exploring new ways of eating because you get bored of eating the same food over and over again and say, hey, maybe I like to try some curry, or fuck, I want torta. I want to try it with tongue, because that's a thing. You ever had beef tongue? It's actually quite good, especially if you season it right. And if the person who's doing it knows how to cook it. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting hungry right now. Just thinking of that. But you, in fact, if anybody, if you've ever had someone over your house, you want them to have your cooking. And why not spread? Why not make more accessible? Why would you want to keep this from spreading? Hey, what if it turned out that that these girls, when they're making these burritos, were actually maybe making some Mexicans who lived up in Portland go, oh man, I remember this from when I was a kid, or my my mom used to make these tortillas and they were so soft, and these remind me of this. Maybe it's comfort food because in LA where I live, it's a 2 hour drive to like Mexico, to at least Tijuana, or even a little further. So it's quite easy to go to Mexico. When you live up in like Portland and Eugene, that's a 12, 13-hour drive, which is basically a whole day. You usually stay over there for a few days, and then it's a whole day back. I'm like, here it can be a weekend trip. This is literally a whole weekend of just travel. Having something from home up north must feel good. Fun story. I knew a guy who, not Mexican, white guy, went to England and Europe for a few weeks. And then he started feeling nostalgic. I want something to eat. And he found this really cheap Mexican food in London called like Oaxaca. Or I didn't even spell the name right because Oaxaca is a state in Mexico. He's like, this is crappy food, but God, it reminds me of home. Now imagine how good quality from people who learned it from actual people who know how to make tortillas, know how to make like sopapilla and all that stuff. People who know how to do that. That might make you just go, just bring a tear to your eye. I think it's bullshit that we're not being allowed to enjoy the cultures of the world. This goes back to the thing when they did the Ghost in the Shell thing, and they're like, "You're doing this," and then Japanese like, "No, that's cool. That's cool. Our culture is awesome enough. You want to imitate it, isn't it?" Because I remember hearing once that imitation is the most serious form of flattery. What's wrong with you people? Why can't we imitate stuff? But no, you can't do that because you might offend someone. Well, if they're offended, tell us. Say, hey, I don't like what you're doing. And we're like, okay, we're sorry. We didn't know. But they're like, but there's always somebody who's not going to speak up. Well, I'm sorry, but if people are enjoying the food that you're bitching about, then who cares? In fact, you know what? It's never Mexicans or Japanese or Indians or whoever the fuck is complaining about cultural privilege. It's always some upper class privileged white kid going, you're just being like, well, fuck off you with your virtue signaling, you motherfucking asshole. How about this? How about you sit back, you order a burrito. And fun fact, you might not know this, but the modern burritos, the mission style, the ones that where you think of, originated in San Francisco. Now people go, well, San Francisco was a part of Mexico. Well, at the time it was made, it was actually part of the United States. Now, the original concept of the burrito, a tortilla with rice and like refritos, basically is a Mexican thing. But the modern one came when you had Mexicanos come up and make their stuff up in San Francisco. I'm like, that's pretty good. So it is a Mexican American thing. It is an American food, and I do agree with people by saying that that, oh, you're stealing their food. You're basically stereotyping, saying that only, it's a food from there. It's like when people ask for authentic Chinese food. Well, authentic Chinese food is not as good as, well, okay, not as flavorful in the ways we make it here. I look at this whole authentic movement. If you want authentic food, go. Most of these kids have enough money. Go to fucking China. Go to Mexico. Try it there, or even hell, meet up with people who moved there and make money. It's actually quite funny. If you want, again, if you want to get the food, hell, go find a place run by these people. And it's funny is these white people aren't the only one, running. I've seen Mexicans running Chinese food places. If you go to any of your local Panda Express, and you'll see that, and Chinese people running a burrito shop. Why are you not mad about that? But no, it's because the black people are infecting them. You are with your racism and all that stuff. I think you're the one being racist by saying that we can't just all chill the fuck out, grab a beer, and just say, hey, we're all now Americans. We're we may come from, maybe Arab, Asian, European, Latino, Pacific Islander. But, we all live under this nation. Our president's an Oompa Loompa, but fuck, I mean, we all, salute the stars and stripes. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with being us? What's wrong with having a culture that is a quilt, a pattern? No. An alloy of everything that's come before. A nice mix that just is like a great stew that we've all kind of added to, and it tastes so good. My name is Dan. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. I will see you guys later. Peace out.